Hey everybody, so we are here today, Hometown Historian channel, at the Isaac Meier Homestead. This is their country fair. They run this every single year annually. And they open up the Isaac Meier Homestead here to the public, and they also have a whole bunch of different vendors. I'm not sure how many people are here yet. I haven't been to the other side. Lewis from Simply Explo Venturing is here. I believe Cliff is going to wind out getting here at some point as well, because he just contacted me to see if I was going to be making it out or what time I would be. It looks like the rain has finally stopped, so it should be a pretty cool day. So we're going to film a bunch of different things here. I would like to actually talk to the people that run Isaac Meier Homestead. This is the group that I'm going to be working with. We're going to be doing these historic walking tours. Obviously, because of the surgeries and being in the hospital again, I just didn't get the opportunity to put those things together, or even the pamphlets. But I think come December, we are going to be doing a Christmas walking tour where they're going to be singing Christmas carols and then going around and have it more winter Christmas themed. The stories that we tell about the different places. Talk about maybe what Christmas was like back in the different times when the town was started as the town of Tulpahawken by Isaac Meier. Eventually, after Isaac Meier was assassinated, they then named it in his honor as Myerstown. We may actually be later on, I may drive down to the Tulpahawken, it's now United Church of Christ, but it was Evangelical Reformed Church. That's where Isaac Meier is buried. They're doing as well, I assume still at this point, they were going to do a 5K run called the Dead Isaac 5K. So this is an event, it's an organization that's just looking around, seeing what they can do, different types of events for the community, along with Myerstown Rec Board. So I'd like to talk to those individuals, what their hopes are, their plans for the future of this organization. I know they're also, a gentleman that was involved with them is also looking to start a Myerstown Historical Society. So hopefully those two groups can then come together, and this is a group that I'll be working with. So let's go and check this place out, and we'll talk a little bit about the history and those types of things and go from there. So here we are. This is the Isaac Meier Homestead. The larger part was the original building. That was built by Isaac Meier's father-in-law. Last name like Herculode. He wound up making a number of pretty bad investments and actually got called on those. So it was basically the home was taken back, and then Isaac Meier eventually a couple years later would buy this, and he would add on the kitchen. And that this was a massive plantation. This was the homestead itself, also known as the Old Fort during the French and Indian War and thereafter. Just because of it being this stone dwelling, it was a place of refuge. But he bought it, and then he also bought a lot of land around here, and then eventually was dividing it up like a lot of these guys did back then, and would have created these different places for people to lots, for people to have their homes, and then set it up as the town of Tulpahawken because it was right here at the Tulpahawken Creek. And anyways, he was in this one home, which one of the places on the walking tour is no longer a tavern or anything, but it was called Buten's Tavern back then. He was shot through, I believe, the neck. He was sitting with his back to the front window, and they think it was an assassin. Why or whatever the reason was. They even had the Penns, the sons of William Penn, put out a reward for finding the killer, and the killer was never found. But eventually then the residents of this town named it Myerstown in his honor, because he was a beloved man. And as I was saying a little earlier, and I sort of got rambled off like I normally do, this was actually a plantation. There were a number of them in the area, I think like 3 of them. In my plantation, they were farming all kinds of things, from animals to crops and those types of things. And I think it was almost 250-acre plantation. So this was a lot of this land here. And there was another one on the other side of the town, and I'm not sure if Tulpahawken Manor had been something along those lines as well, but these were individuals that were very well-to-do, good businessmen, and this is what they did, back in the 1700s. But This was restored back in the 70s because it had really fallen into disrepair. So this organization, Isaac Meier Homestead, has done a ton of work to preserve this place. And we're going to get to actually go inside for the first time and see that, and see what one of these really ornate dwellings at that time period in the mid 1700s would have actually looked like. It's a beautiful place. So let's go along and check this all out. We have Lewis once again here at Simply Explo Venturing, and we have the Wandering Woodsman Cliff here as well. We're actually at the Lebanon Valley.
This is the country.
Yeah, it's a country fair, but this is their tent here. They take care of all like for tourism and things like that. And it's like we're going to be working together with them at some point here to talk about all the great things that are here in the Lebanon Valley. Is it Lebanon Valley?
Visit Lebanon Valley.
Yeah, visit LebanonValley.com. They do these maps here for like the historic walking tours, which is what I'm going to be basing my Myerstown ones off of once we're getting to that. But it's great to be filming with the guys again. Cliff is off hiding, but we're going to go around the house, check that out, and then check out the fair. All right, so here we are in the fair itself. Check all this out. There's Wandering Woodsman again. I got Froggy again. I don't think the frog is around for us to hug though.
He might show up.
He might show up.
He's not around here. I want to make a special phone call.
Alright. Did you go inside yet?
I was a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I want to check that out then. Do you want to go out to eat afterwards?
We can. With you?
Well, I was just saying maybe you want to, just without me. Oh my. You start to see different people that are dressed up. Sort of like we've seen in some of the other events that we went to. Not like, well, like Fort Loudon. Fort Loudon was very unique. But these are some of the crafts and things from back in the 1700s.
They were like, whatever you need, let us know. And I mean, they were on it the whole time. And they came up to me at the end, and they basically said, you know, one of their missions is that they have to provide just demonstration for that
Stonehouse history.
It's like they need to make sure that.
This is sort of cool. You get to see some blacksmithing here. How they would have done it with the hair and that.
Did you want one? The plan is that in January we're going to open up a limited amount of spots,
Clothing.
get them done.
I love the old hats from that time period. Always neat.
We all know why somebody landed on Plymouth.
Grove Farm.
Yeah, those are pretty good books I read. Good stuff.
Good for you. I ran into that.
Isn't he just because more clothing and he was doing shoes. It's just neat, like how you'd see how these people did these crafts back then. Like everything was done by hand. Here you have a couple muskets. Yeah, pretty neat. Alright. Once again, you guys can get a general idea. It looks like how beautiful this place is. Let's quick go over to the historic plaque over here. This has the exact build date. So They feel that this was circa like 1750 when it was built. Isaac and Catherine Herculode, or Herculode, I'm not sure how you pronounce it exactly. Meier was his last name. And then, of course, as they anglicized, it went from M-E-I-E-R to M-Y-E-R, thus Myerstown today. But, yeah, very, very cool. But the town was actually laid out in 1768. So when he came in, he bought this. He then laid out the town, like I had said earlier, about laid out the lots, and people would come in, buy them, and make their homes then. So this was would have been the kitchen that got added on, and you can just look at the size of the fireplace. It's insane. You can see they're putting things together like they would have back in that time period. I actually have another fireplace there as well. But then there have been our stairways that went upstairs.
How does that get you?
He started a fire.
Oh, there's a fire in there. That's
Yeah,
a
and
separate
he
fire.
just took the clothes out, and that's what's over there. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty neat.
Oh, don't touch that.
I'll go into the house proper. This place is really, really impressive. This is how they would have. You get to see what life would have really been like back then. It's so impressive. And all these little things that they have here would have been priceless to life back then, just because of how essential they would have been to your survival and just your everyday life. This is freaking cool. This is money from back then. Some of the bills, because all the dollar like bills and stuff like that were all different, because each state produced their own money, and then even like each bank would produce their own money as well. But I love how the coins would have been just sort of sat there in a hammer to So I'm actually going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to do a live, which you guys will see it before you see this video, but there's a nice big trap for like a bear or something. I'm going to do one shortly. I'm going to use my other phone because that actually has internet, and then go from there. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
This is how it would have worked. This would have actually looked, and they each had their own fire.
Well, no, this wasn't originally a bedroom. I don't believe there will be a fireplace upstairs in each bedroom.
Okay.
I may be wrong on that. But this was originally a woman's parlor. The men's one was over there in the next room over.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for what you're doing.
Okay.
And of course you have the upstairs, which is not finished, but they're trying to get to that at some point here.
Well, it shouldn't take too long. I mean, it depends.
That is impressive.
And the width of your work. And how complicated the pattern is. No. Oh, I'm just thinking of warping it. I'm only getting it on the, that. Kind of
That is impressive. Now we're going to go live here shortly just to show you guys some of this stuff and go from there.
Yeah, they said it was really great. I thought it was supposed to be letting up because the thing went on. And sooner or later, the sun is supposed to shine today, I
Alright, so I want to say thanks for coming along, everybody, here at the Isaac Meier Homestead. It's really, really neat experience. Shame about the rain, but that happens this time of year. Now we're going to try to find Lewis, and then we're going to go out to eat something, get a little warmed up and a little dry. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you about town. So there on my shoulder you see the Tulpahawken Evangelical was Reformed Church. Now it's UCC Church. But we're here at the cemetery to sort of finish it off since we did the whole Isaac Meier homestead. We're going to go visit his grave as well. So this is a cemetery that we visited several times. We did one on the Zeller family history because there's a number of Cliff's ancestors are buried here. We also did this for the Tulpahawken Reformed Church for their Pennsylvania historic marker. And we've also been here a couple times having to do with the Isaac Meier homestead and Isaac Meier himself. And once again, Isaac Meier was the founder of Myerstown. He bought that home because his father-in-law had lost it because of legal and financial troubles. And he, for whatever reason, nobody really knows, nobody ever figured out the reason why. He was in Buke's Tavern eating, sitting in front of the front window with his back turned to the window, and someone shot him, I guess in the neck, and he died basically a day later. This is where Isaac Meier is buried, and a lot of water on this right now, but you can see up here, where does it say Isaac Meier? But this is Isaac Meier's grave. It's all in German, so it's all German to me. I'm just trying to see where you can actually see where it says Isaac Meier. But this is his grave. But I just wanted to bring you guys out here just to check this out.